Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fridays with Father. Father Gary here. As we prepare to celebrate the second Sunday of Advent this coming weekend, I want to just remind you of these conversations that we're encouraging us all to have here in the parish. As you might remember, and I alluded to this last week, Kevin shared with us some kind of unpacked last week that first conversation around just praying for each other. And the whole point of this, to remind you, is to draw us deeper into discipleship with the Lord. And one of the ways that we do that is to recognize that we're rooted in prayer. And so the first conversation that we're encouraging us all to have, and to just make this a regular part of our interactions with each other, is to ask friends, fellow parishioners, people in your life, what do you need prayer for? And then, if you feel comfortable, to even pray right then with them. The second of those conversations that draw us deeper into discipleship is to recount and to tell that story of our relationship with the Lord, our own spiritual journey, or a portion of it. And I want to do a little bit of that with you today, leading into what we're going to be doing this Sunday at Masses. As some of you know, my journey to priesthood took a while. I was ordained almost 15 years ago now, when I was 50 years old. And the journey before that was in parish ministry, and I really did draw great sustenance from that ministry, and was greatly enlivened by my relationship with the Lord. And it took various paths, but the last one, before I discerned this call to priesthood, was working in the Archdiocese of Seattle, and one of my roles there was around peace and justice ministry. And in that role, I had the opportunity in Seattle to be in relationship with different organizations, and one in particular that did outreach to people who are on the margins, and particularly people who are on the streets. And so there's a street ministry, and it actually still goes on in Seattle, that I was part of, and then I was on a board that oversaw that ministry, and it was really a great gift in my life. And I would say, through my whole spiritual journey, but especially starting in that time at the Chancery around the year 2002, I was drawn more and more into the Church's Catholic social teaching and our outreach to the people on the margins. So that became a very central part of my own relationship with the Lord, and what he calls us to in being aware of the people that he reached out to in his public ministry, the Lord Jesus, which was also rooted in his own tradition in the Jewish scriptures, the Hebrew scriptures. We call them the Old Testament, rooted in that call to care for those on the margins. And even the scriptures named those people. And they were the most vulnerable people at that time. So widows, orphans, and what in the Bible is called strangers. We would call them immigrants today, and a particular concern for those people on the margins. That became a very central part of my own spirituality and my walk with the Lord, and continues to be through my priesthood now. And that leads us to what we're going to be doing this weekend. Nick Leiter, who is our representative really from Catholic Community Services in this region of the diocese for us. Nick has a huge region that he's responsible for. His title is actually Network Builder for Catholic Community Services of Western Washington. And I love that title because it's building this network of care for those who are on the margins. So this weekend and next is our appeal to all of us to join in partnership with Catholic Community Services in helping the poor throughout Western Washington. Nick's going to share with us this weekend, this Sunday, at all our masses, of the work of Catholic Community Services, and then encourage us to make a commitment to help financially with the great work that they do. And there are a couple of really exciting new initiatives that Catholic Community Services of Western Washington are involved in here in the Vancouver area. So I'm excited about for Nick to share that with us. So that's an example of that second conversation where we connect our own spiritual journey with what's going on in our lives. And so as I said, really looking forward to hearing Nick, because it puts me in touch with a portion of my own journey with the Lord that has been significant for me for more than 20 years now, that awareness of our reaching out on behalf of the Lord to those who are on the margins of our society. So that's what's coming up this Sunday, and I'm very much looking forward to welcoming Nick to our parish. Also, just some reminders about what's coming up. Next Wednesday, December 8th, is a holy day of obligation, the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. That's always a wonderful Advent celebration, early in Advent, getting us ready for this just most incredible reality of God coming among us in flesh and blood, and how he prepared for that from the very first moment of Mary's life. And so we'll have two liturgies for the parish, 7 a.m. In the morning on Wednesday, December 8th, and then 7 p.m. in the evening, and that 7 p.m. Mass will be a bilingual Mass. I mentioned last week there's also a 10 a.m. Mass with the school community, but I really encourage the wider parish to come to either that 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Mass, because with the school community and social distancing, it's going to be pretty tight in the church. So look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. And then the following Saturday, so a week from tomorrow, we celebrate a Vigil Mass to celebrate the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And I'm very excited about that. We'll pray the Rosary before that, and there will be some celebration after that. Unfortunately, not with food yet this year. Maybe next year, when we celebrate the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, we'll be able to have a great food feast as well. But just some wonderful parts to this liturgy. So really invite you to join us. That liturgy will be bilingual as well. So we'll gather at 6:30 for the Rosary, 7 o'clock for the Eucharistic liturgy, and then some prayer and some good events after that in the church as well. So that's next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, for our Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And then finally, just a reminder that on the Saturdays of Advent, so tomorrow, and then next Saturday, and then the Saturday after that, so the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th, I'll be celebrating the Sacrament of Reconciliation starting at 9 a.m. in the church on those Saturday mornings. So just an extra time, if that's helpful for you, to prepare for the coming of the Lord at Christmas, celebrating the reconciliation that the church offers us in the sacrament. So just hope that you can join us for one of those, and our regular times, 5 p.m. on Tuesday evenings and 7:30 a.m. on Thursday mornings. Well, that's it for this version of, and Barbara is motioning me, so there's one other thing that I need to tell you about.
Would you just encourage everyone to join us for the Justice Market?
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Oh, gosh, I didn't write that on my note. Yes, the Justice Marketplace takes place after all the Masses this Sunday and next Sunday. This is the restoration of a wonderful tradition where the Justice Marketplace, the reason it's called that is because we offer a number of fair trade items. They make wonderful Christmas gifts, and we know that we're supporting, again, marginalized people throughout the world who've produced these absolutely beautiful things. Joyful Peacemakers will also make available their goods that they create so lovingly, and the proceeds for all of that go to support Project Homeless Connect, another marginalized community, the homeless here in the Vancouver area. And then George from the Holy Land, as you remember, he has beautiful woodwork that's produced in the Holy Land, and all the proceeds of that go to another marginalized community, the Christian community in the Holy Land. So thank you, Barb, for reminding us of that wonderful, wonderful tradition that we get to restore this year.
Yeah, and I think that Hannah Brumfield will be
Oh,
there.
thank you. And yes, and Hannah, if you remember, through our sister parish relationship, Hannah Brumfield came up with this wonderful idea a number of years ago to provide shoes for children in our sister parish of St. Bernadette's in Kenya. So she will be here as well, allowing you the opportunity to contribute to the purchase of shoes for our brothers and sisters in Kenya, for the children who are there. So lots going on as we enter into the heart of this Advent season. So I think that's it. Thanks, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you this Sunday at our 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m. Mass in Spanish, or our 5 p.m. Mass, the 9 a.m. in English, 11:30 in Spanish, both live streamed, and then the 5 p.m. Mass this Sunday night. Actually, that will be live streamed as well because we have a special ritual welcoming into the Order of Catechumens and welcoming our candidates who will be baptized and received into full communion of the Catholic Church at Easter. And so we have a special rite to kind of mark the next stage in their preparation process. So that's Sunday night at the 5 o'clock Mass. So all three Masses live streamed this weekend. God bless everyone. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.